Alright, currently waiting to see if this is working. Uh, let's hope it is. Smile. Let me open this up on my phone. I think it should be. Yeah, it appears it is. Can you guys spam the chat or something? Alright, there we go. Hello, Overdrive, Forks Lover, Jordan, Rabot, Ninja DX, Vita, 23 Legal, Joe Henshin Hero, Toxic Ghoul, Kyle Bordero, BuildX0. A lot of you guys are joining. Damn. Sonic Duelist. Yes, you are early because we literally just started. We literally have 21 viewers, and I just turned on the stream. That's wild. I've never had that many viewers. Alright, who's 01? So, literally, I think it may have been maybe 8 hours ago or something. We got the official reveal of our first Kamen Rider of the Reiwa era, Kamen Rider 01. We got the trademark a while ago. We got a ton of leaks. So if you're on Twitter, you would have seen we had a ton of leaks. So we've kind of known what this guy's looked like for a while now, but now we kind of officially have what he looks like because we got all the catalog scans. So, some of you are saying he looks ugly. Maybe it's just my drawing because I'm not really an artist. I just kind of copied that from an image. So let's actually get into some images of 01. I have all the images here. I'm going to talk about this because this came out. It's going to be a lot easier for me to just kind of do all the images here as opposed to making a separate video. I might do that later, but so if we want, the stream is to talk about Kamen Rider 01. You can ask me other stuff, of course, but we're here to talk 01. So let's see. So just checking the chat. Kyle Bordero asks, who is the best Kamen Rider in my opinion? I'm not sure if you mean character or show. Show is X-Aid, character is Kamen Rider Cross Z. Logan Sharkey hates the yellow. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the yellow. I think it's a little too much for me, but I don't hate it. In fact, I'd say maybe I love the design, just the general design. Maybe not the colors, but the design is really nice. It's really just simple. We've had a lot of crazy designs. Build was probably the most recent design that was very simple, which is maybe why I love the Build suit so much. But these last few designs in Kamen Rider have been really out there. X-Aid is obviously the biggest example, even though I love X-Aid. So, yeah. So here's the image of, we get all the main riders here. So obviously the big one here is 01, the main rider. I'll get more into his gear later. Ton of images to go over. Here we can see Kamen Rider Vulcan, and I'll just pull up a picture of him here. Here's another picture. The actual suit of him. I guess these are kind of those pictures they usually do. So our secondary rider is Kamen Rider Vulcan. Next to Vulcan here, you can see Kamen Rider Valkyrie, who is, I think, going to be I think she's going to be a female rider. Just Valkyrie is, in case you didn't know, Valkyrie is a Norse myth. In Norse mythology, Valkyries are basically female warriors. They're girls. They're always girls. There's never a boy Valkyrie, really. So Valkyrie has to be a girl. Honestly, you don't name a character Valkyrie and then not make it a girl. And to go with that, the design for Valkyrie, the eyes specifically, they look very feminine, kind of like Kamen Rider Poppy has those kind of curved eyes. Valkyrie kind of has a similar look to her, or to the suit. So I feel like Valkyrie is definitely going to be a girl. Next to Valkyrie here, looks kind of like Kamen Rider Shinobi is, what's his name? I have it all written down here. Horobi? I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's probably Horobi, something to that effect. It's a Scorpion themed rider. And next to that is not Bloodstock, Kamen Rider Jin. So we have 5 riders to start off, which is kind of crazy. It's kind of like X-Aid, except this is much crazier, as we'll see in a second. It's wild, honestly. This is the first Reiwa Arrow series, and the designs are kind of crazy. I like them though. Not sure who my favorite is. I like the 01 design, as I said, but I might be leaning more towards Vulcan. But I kind of want to see Jin in like action. Because that suit looks like it could be pretty cool. But we literally only, like, the image we're looking at right now, that's the only image we get of Kamen Rider Jin, which kind of sucks. So, hoping we'll see more of him in the future, or her, because, you know, obviously it seems like they're trying something different here. So, just one more side note, Rider Kicks is continuing. Not sure how I feel about that. Like, I like the, like, not that I don't like the Rider Kicks figures. I have, like, one, but I really like it, and I want to get more. But I kind of don't like how now, like, all the past Kamen Riders aren't going to be in scale. Basically, any Kamen Rider you have from Kuga up to Build will not be in scale with, essentially, I guess, every Kamen Rider going forward. And that's just because Geo didn't release the other riders. Why? Geo only had to release Kuga to Xaid, or Kuga to Build, and then Geo. And then we could have had all the riders in the same scale, but that's a side tangent. I wouldn't have even bought all of them, so I don't know what I'm complaining about. Now let's get into the drivers of 01, because this is crazy. Yes, drivers. We're starting off with 3 different drivers. That's crazy. So, this top one on the top left is, I think, just called the 01 driver. This one on the bottom right is called the Shock Riser. And this one on the left is called the Force Riser. And before I continue on, I just want to see if anyone said anything in the chat. I mean, yes, but... Forks Lover says, look at the gold and black one. It's not gold, so that's why it's not like... If it was gold, I think I would really like it, but it's like highlighter color, so I don't know. Orville Joe Conception says it looks like a Bumblebee. That it does. Yeah, I mean, it does. It kind of looks like Bumblebee the Transformer. Kyle Bordero says it kind of looks like Xaid. It does a bit. The pink one, Jin. Brophy Time says all of the designs look more vicious. Kind of. There's this kind of like vivid aspect to the suits. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like the naming scheme as well, like Rising Hopper, Shooting Wolf. It kind of gives me the effect of like the Kabuto belt announcements, like Change Beetle. So I wonder if that's gonna like play into the announcement at all. Okay, Sonic Duelist asks, why does Vulcan's driver look like a gun? It's because apparently it is a gun. Like straight up. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's like detachable. So kind of like how it's basically a Buggle driver, where you can detach the Buggle driver and it's a gun chainsaw weapon. His gun is literally it's his belt. His gun is his belt, and I swear I've said that in the past. Like, we should get more riders where the driver is the weapon, and they went and did it. So the driver is the weapon. So as you to go into more detail with the drivers, the 01 driver is exclusive to 01, which is why it's called 01 driver, if you couldn't tell. Only 01 will use the 01 driver. But then, as we move on to Shock Riser, the Shock Riser, it's going to be used by Vulcan, as you can see in the picture, but Valkyrie will also be using it. And I think I have a picture of Valkyrie somewhere. I guess not, but Valkyrie will also be using the 01, or not the 01 driver, the Shock Riser. So it makes me wonder if like the two of them are going to be related somehow, if they're both using the driver. But maybe I'm getting that vibe just because the way the driver, I like how the designs are all a little different from each other because of the fact they're using different drivers, kind of like how in Xaid, Buggle driver users kind of share this aesthetic, and not really, but all the gamer driver users have this aesthetic. As you can see, 01 looks very different from Valkyrie and Vulcan here. They kind of have this weird like half-ish design like build, and that's because they use the same driver. And then we can see Jin and Horobi also have this kind of different design as well because they use the Force Riser. So that's pretty cool. I kind of like that. So Speaking of the Force Riser, as I said, Horobi and Jin use it. I don't. That's my least favorite one. I don't know what I'm looking at. It looks really weird. One interesting thing to note is that, we can see the gimmicks here. So the gimmicks, I believe, are called prog-rise keys. Most of them don't look like keys. They look more like kind of SD cards, chips. They don't look like keys at all, but I guess they're called keys. So 01's main form uses the Rising Hopper key. Vulcan uses the Shooting Wolf key. Horobi here, you can't really read it that well, but apparently it's the Sting Scorpion key. Valkyrie uses the Rushing Cheetah key for her base form. I'm going to call it a her because it's probably a girl. In Jin, we have nothing on Jin's card. There is nothing on Jin in the rest of these scans at all, so it makes me wonder if Jin is going to be like Kamen Rider Genom, where his Gashat is like an exclusive. So that might suck for people who are trying to get it. Going back to the chat, let's see. Brophy Time asks, is there any specific gimmick? Yeah, the Progrise keys. Is this really pictures of Kamen Rider? Yes, these are the pictures of 01. These are not fake like the last time. If you didn't see, there were like fake streams, or not streams. There were fake images of catalog scans, and it was so funny because they looked so real, but there was something off with them. It was so funny. Armor Hero vibes, kind of. Yeah, I'd say Vulcan specifically. Vulcan looks very different from like normal Kamen Riders. Just hope it is better written than Geo, don't we all? Geo is hit or miss. I'm not gonna get into Geo right now though, because it's 01 time. 012 is a little boring. Someone says, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, 01 and the others have a bunch of forms. Yeah, I'll get into that in a second. The keys look like cassette tapes. Yeah, the keys do look not like keys. Some of them do, as we'll get into in a second, but why are they called keys and they look nothing like keys? The main rider's look is a great tribute to original Kamen Riders. Yeah, I just noticed, when you mentioned that, I just ran through all the starting riders in my head that started an era. They all have red eyes. Ichigo has red eyes, Kuga has red eyes, Double has red eyes, and now 01 has red eyes. And if you didn't know, my favorite color is red, so that means every starting Kamen Rider has red somewhere on their suit. That's cool. Looks like a key card. That might be why it's called a key. I kind of like that now. I want to see the fake images now. I might get into show the fake images in a bit. I think I have them downloaded, so it wouldn't be hard for me to find. This looks like an indie toku. Kind of, yeah. I think it might be because they're so different. Like, I don't know what it is, but there's something about the designs that doesn't look like Heisei Kamen Rider at all. And that might be why some people don't like them, some people do like them. I don't know. Hello, Token Master. Didn't realize I'd start early. Yeah, maybe I should have sent that notification. I don't know. First rider of a new era. Yes. So let's move on from the drivers. Let's get into the forms. So we've got some different forms here. Let me just navigate all this. So in the top left, let me just try to adjust this. I'm doing this all in Photoshop because I can really just control everything about these images in Photoshop. So yeah. So on the left, these are 01 forms. So I'll get my thoughts on them in a second. So we have left to right. We have Flying Falcon, Biting Shark, Flaming Tiger, Freezing Bear. This is that's 01. Those are 01 forms, 01 driver, all that. These are Shock Geyser forms. On the left we have Punching Kong, belonging to Kamen Rider Vulcan, and on the right we have Lightning Hornet for Kamen Rider Valkyrie. And just a side note, like the face, that's what I'm saying. Like the Valkyrie's face looks very like soft, like feminine. Doesn't look like angry like some of the other forms. So that's why I think it might be a girl. Like there's a feminine aspect to the Valkyrie suits, which is why I think it might be a girl. But you know, they also named it Valkyrie, so there's that. The simple designs mean more suit development, maybe. Unknown user says, "I love your videos and your content." Thank you, means a lot. Mariam says, "Let's say those keys might be considered as chips or a circuit board." Maybe, yeah, but they're called keys. I don't know why they're called keys. Key cards, someone just said. Could be key cards. Let's see. Toku Master missed most of my driver thoughts. So quick thoughts on the drivers. I like the drivers. But I think it's crazy we're getting 3 in the first quarter. Just fingers crossed, no more drivers after that. Because, man, I don't think we've ever had that many drivers like that are that different. Like, we've kind of had different game drivers, kind of, sort of, because every driver is different for every character. Anyway. Force Lover likes the B. Lightning Hornet, yep, for Valkyrie. And Ronnie Williams says it looks like a girl. See? 0-1 forms look a lot like O's. They do look like O's. Kind of. Yeah, I think it's the eyes. The eyes are changing colors every form. And, like, O's is, like, the only rider who did that for both eyes. Bill did that as well, but, like, you know, kind of. Special Form 12 in the chat? Whoa. Hello. Program keys. Maybe? I kind of like that, yeah. Oh. Progrise program. Okay. So it's like program is... Alright. So... give my thoughts on these forms. The 0-1 forms are fine. I agree with everyone. Like I just said in the chat. It does look a lot like O's, and I like the O's aesthetic, so it's all right. I'm not loving most of these, but I'm not hating them. I can't wait to see them in actual suit and in actual action, because that would look cool. But I will say, Flying Falcon looks very awesome. I really like the design here. The angles kind of looks like Muteki, so maybe that's why I like it. But like, the more I'm looking at Punching Kong, I'm liking that a lot more. It's the red, it's the black. It just looks really cool, and it looks kind of like big and chunky, and it's probably going to be like a bruiser form, and I like that. And then Lightning Hornet it's alright, but I kind of like Lightning Hornet because it's more evidence for Valkyrie being a girl. So there's that. So let's bring in more forms because it's quarter 1. And, you know, they go all out with Ryder in quarter 1. You might have seen these quickly. I think I just messed these images up. Yeah. So you might have seen these images quickly in the first image. But here they are bigger now. So here is... I'll keep these images up. No, I'll get rid of them. So on the left, we have the upgrade forms for 0-1 and Vulcan on the left, and on the right we have the respective keys to access those forms. So I will say those now look more like keys, and I just noticed this. It's kind of showing more the animal design. You can see like there's definitely a grasshopper there, and there's like definitely some kind of wolf design here. So that's pretty cool. I kind of like we're getting straight into those big keys already in quarter 1. I will say these two forms look awesome. These are probably going to be my 2 favorite forms of quarter 1. But we can't really see much of any of them. So, yeah. So, let me go back to chat. What's with the sound I keep on hearing? It sounds like a quick beep. Is it in the chat or in the stream? I don't know what that is. Toku Master asks, how long will the stream go on for? Maybe not too long. Probably until I finish going over all these scans. I'm going to try to go over the Ryu Soldier scans too. And you guys can let me know in the chat, but I did finally see Spider-Man Far From Home yesterday, so if, you know, if anyone wants to, like, we can just hang out and talk about that for a while, sure. Ronnie Williams says the designs are all over the place. Kind of, yeah. I think it's just kind of due to, like, the animal design. Animals are all very different, and there's not, like, a kind of through line here. Like, sometimes, I think there was a rumor where 01 would only use insect forms. I think it's just kind of these designs kind of pulling different animals. Special Form says he'll get on those translations for this stuff in a hot second. Yeah, that would be cool. I want to know what these transformation jingles are. That could be really cool. I wonder if they'll go X8 and like complex, which I love that, but they also might just go like early Kamen Rider stuff and just do nothing, and by that I mean kind of just like quick announcements. Shining Hopper and Assault Wolf. Yeah, I think that's what her name is, right? Might not have said that, I don't know. So Shining Hopper is the 01 form. Assault Wolf is the Vulcan form. But what I've heard is that this form here, I've heard it, but I don't really know if it's true. I've heard this form here is really a combination of Vulcan and 01. And this isn't, I've heard this is called Shining Hopper Assault Wolf. I don't know, something to that effect. Like Shining Assault Hopper, something like their names combined, or their form names combined. And then this is Shining Hopper, and then this is still Assault Wolf. So I don't know. And I'm looking at this Assault Wolf now, I'm getting like Dark Drive vibes. Is that anyone else? Like, the more I look at it, that looks very similar to Kamen Rider Dark Drive. And that's a cool looking suit. So, animal and tech theme like Beast Morphers. Yeah, and keys too. Japan Toei sell Beast Morphers. They sell keys, they sell animals, they sell technology, and said, our turn. And then they did it himself. It's Discord. Oh. Alright. Discord is off. There you go. Thank you, guys. People talking about Far From Home. Alright, we might talk about Far From Home in a bit. No spoilers until we get to that. I'll like put a spoiler thing on the stream, and then we can talk about Far From Home. But no spoilers until we get to that. All right, because I kind of got some stuff possibly, a little spoiled, so I don't want anyone else to get spoiled. The power-ups have an Iron Man vibe to them. Probably the quote-unquote arc reactor in the chest. I like that. Yeah. Sonic Duelist says he wants to talk to me about Spider-Man on Discord. If you want to talk to me about anything, not just Spider-Man, anything on Discord, Discord link should be in the description of this video, and you can go to the Discord server. We have a bunch of different channels. We also have a Q&A channel where you can talk to me about or ask me questions about anything. Special Form says it's looking like the jingles just say the name of the Progrise key inserted in the driver. Alright, that's cool. Like as I said earlier, I kind of like Rising Hopper. Like, these names are badass. So like if we have something like Change Beetle in Kabuto, if it says like Rising Hopper to that effect, Shooting Wolf, I think that could be really cool. I kind of like solid, satisfying jingles. So if it goes all out, I love that. But if it's like just a little bit, but it's very satisfying, I think I'll like that. So. Might need another scan of the transformation stuff. Special Form says probably, maybe. We've been on these a while. Let's move on to, actually, I was about to pull up the weapons, but let's actually quickly move on to the last form, I believe, of the scans, which is Breaking Mammoth. What is this? It's just a giant robot. It's a Gundam. It's a Gundam. Yeah, you can't change my mind. It looks a lot like a Gundam with the yellow, the red eyes from 01. So this is a straight up form because you can see the driver. So it's basically Suka arms, Maximum Mighty X. This form looks bonkers. I'm excited to see this. I'm also very curious if they're going to make a suit for this or if they're going to go full CG. You guys are probably going to say, oh, it's going to be all CG. But, like, keep in mind, Maximum Mighty X was literally just a suit. So, it depends how big it is. It looks like it might not be too big. The legs are really what are throwing me off. I have no idea what they're going to do. 01X Beast Morphers confirmed. Maybe. I've also seen, I think Matt Hunt on Twitter was saying they should just, they need to have 01 crossover with the Ryu soldiers because he's yellow and has a mammoth form. So he kind of like fits into their aesthetic perfectly. That would be cool. Billard, not sure if I said Billard, maybe I said that wrong, sorry about that, says this is going to be the first series he will watch as it airs. That's really cool. Watching a Rider, I almost dropped my pen. Watching a Rider series as it airs is really cool. You can really catch up with, or kind of hear all the theories, the ideas people have. It's like more of an exhilarating feeling than like watching a show, kind of, a show's already passed, you know. But I mean, watching an older show is a lot of fun as well. 01, or Black Leo, I read that wrong. Black Leo says 01 is his favorite form of Kamen Rider. That's pretty cool. Orcs Lover just joined the Discord. Awesome. Logan Sharkey says the cast will be revealed on July 17th. Yes, it will. I think I might stream that as well, but not sure. But I will talk about it on the Discord. So, you know, if you want to talk to me about that, if I don't stream, Discord. That's not a form, that's a transformer. See, that's what I'm thinking as well, but then there's the driver. So the driver makes it a form, which is kind of crazy. I'll move that over here so we can bring up the weapons. So the weapons, I have names here. They're all called attache? Like it's attach, but it has an H, or an E at the end. So it's like attache? I don't know. So at the top here, I believe this is the attache caliber. For 01, obviously, because it's yellow. At the bottom here, we have the attache shotgun, which I'm sure is for the shock geyser users, but like, they already have a gun, and it's their driver, so I don't know, that's a little overkill. And here we have the attache arrow, which is clearly for the Force Riser users, because it kind of, I like how all the aesthetics kind of blend together here with the respective driver. So they're all suitcases, which is leaning into that business aspect people were talking about.